1925 Old Sunset Trail where Gene Hackman, 95, and his wife Betsy Arakawa, 65, and a dog were found deceased.
This is Prestige Stories, bringing you a shocking revelation about Hollywood legend Gene Hackman. His passing didn't just mark the end of an era, but also unleashed a financial storm that no one saw coming. Hackman left behind a fortune of over $80 million, including hidden real estate, secret investments, and undisclosed stocks. But instead of bringing his family together, this money has torn them apart, revealing long-buried secrets, hidden betrayals, and a legacy more complicated than anyone imagined. As new documents, letters, and financial records surface, the truth about Gene Hackman's final years is more shocking than anyone expected. Today, we uncover the real story behind his hidden wealth, fractured relationships, and the unexpected discoveries that have left his family and Hollywood in disbelief. Before we begin, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Prestige Stories so you never miss an update on Hollywood's biggest mysteries. The man who vanished from Hollywood. For decades, Gene Hackman was one of Hollywood's biggest stars. With 2 Academy Awards and countless unforgettable performances, he had a career most actors could only dream of. But in 2004, Hackman did something unexpected. He walked away from Hollywood forever, refusing to return even for special appearances or tributes. While most actors chase fame until the very end, Hackman disappeared completely. No farewell interviews, no public goodbyes, just silence. He moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico, a place far from the flashing lights of Hollywood. Locals would occasionally see him, a thin old man on a bicycle, riding through the hills, almost unrecognizable from the star he once was. But his reclusive lifestyle hid a much darker reality. His health was failing, and rumors started to spread about strange financial decisions, strained family relationships, and secrets he took to the grave. The unexpected inheritance. When news of Hackman's death broke, his family assumed his estate would be fairly straightforward. A few properties, some savings, maybe it will dividing his fortune equally. But what they found was something else entirely. At first, all they uncovered was a modest will listing only his Santa Fe house, a California bank account, and a vintage Hudson Hornet car. The total worth? Less than $5 million, a shockingly small sum for an actor of his status. But as lawyers and financial experts dug deeper, a completely different story emerged. Hackman had secretly built a hidden empire, real estate, stocks, and investments scattered across multiple countries, worth over $80 million. Some of these funds were linked to anonymous charities, others to private accounts that no one in his family knew existed. Even more shocking, he had taken extreme measures to hide it all, making sure no one could easily access his wealth after his passing. Why did Gene Hackman hide his fortune? The biggest question remained. Why? Why would Gene Hackman, a man with no financial troubles, go to such great lengths to keep his wealth a secret, even from his own family? One theory points to his complicated relationship with his children. Hackman had 3 children from his first marriage to Faye Maltese. But his success came at a cost. He was rarely home, always filming, always on set. His daughter Elizabeth Hackman once described her father as emotionally distant. He was always working, always somewhere else. I don't remember him reading me bedtime stories or teaching me how to ride a bike. Over the years, the emotional distance turned into resentment, even after he remarried Betsy Arakawa, a pianist 30 years younger than him. His children remained estranged from him. Family gatherings became rare. Phone calls grew shorter, and eventually Hackman all but disappeared from their lives. According to sources close to the family, his children felt abandoned, and Hackman, perhaps realizing his mistakes, tried to make up for it the only way he knew how: money. But money couldn't buy forgiveness. Hackman's children never truly reconciled with him, and he feared they would only see him as a paycheck. That's why he built layers upon layers of financial protection, ensuring that no one could touch his fortune, unless they played by his rules. The untouched fund, a dangerous game. One of the most mysterious discoveries was a secret fund, named simply the Untouched Fund. The fund had millions of dollars hidden away, but with one chilling condition. Anyone in the family who tried to access it would lose all rights to the rest of his estate. This was not just an inheritance. It was a test. Was it his final act of control over a family he had distanced himself from? Or was it his way of making sure no one took advantage of his legacy? A fortune with no heirs? As a legal battle over his estate heated up, Hackman's children were faced with a painful realization. They may never see a dime of his fortune. And to make matters worse, another shocking discovery came to light. Hackman had been secretly donating millions to strangers. Among his biggest beneficiaries were a childhood friend he hadn't spoken to in decades, a former assistant who had retired in the 80s, and even a waiter from his favorite Santa Fe restaurant. Why did he trust strangers over his own family? His children were devastated. The money wasn't just about inheritance. It was about closure, about understanding their father. But instead, they were left with only questions, unanswered letters, and a legacy of regret. The final letters. In the days after his passing, Hackman's children found a series of letters never sent. One letter, written to his eldest son, Christopher, simply read, "I know I was never the father you wanted me to be, but you have to understand I was never meant to belong to anyone, not even my own family." Another letter, meant for his daughter Elizabeth, revealed his deepest regret. "I thought I was protecting you by keeping my distance, but maybe I was just protecting myself." These heartbreaking confessions came too late. His children realized too late that their father wasn't just a Hollywood legend. He was a man who had spent his entire life running from something he could never escape: himself. The truth behind his final years. Gene Hackman's final years were not peaceful. He spent them alone, writing, painting, and hiding from the world. Even in death, his secrets continue to haunt those he left behind. Was this his way of protecting his legacy? Or was he so consumed by fear and regret that he didn't know how to face his own family? The truth may never be fully known, but one thing is certain: Gene Hackman didn't just leave behind a fortune. He left behind a mystery that will never be solved. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Prestige Stories for more unbelievable Hollywood mysteries. Let us know in the comments. Was Gene Hackman protecting his wealth or running from his past? Thank you for watching.